In past years, I've had the chance to teach our Franciscan students, and more recently, I've done a little school teaching. One thing I've tried to encourage those students to do is to ask questions. I've said to them, there's no such thing as a stupid question, only one that someone else probably wants to ask as well. So why not ask it if it's important enough to you? The scribe in today's gospel clearly had a question important enough to him, and probably to the other scribes as well. In the Gospels, the scribes and Pharisees often ask Jesus questions, but not so they can learn and grow, but to trick and trap him. Today's situation seems different. This scribe genuinely wants to know what's the most important commandment, maybe because there were so many laws and rules that he was looking for clarity. Jesus must have seen his sincerity because he gives him a clear, definite answer, and we're told it's an answer that literally stops all further questions. It's as if that once we know loving God and neighbour is what it's all about, there's really no need for more questions. Jesus' answer is what's called a showstopper, because it really does take us to what it's all about. And what it's all about is none other than God. None other than the source, the creator, the origin of all that is, and of all that we are too. At the end of the day, if we believe that God exists, we're faced with the question, who is more important? Who comes first, God or me? The answer must surely be God. How could it be otherwise? If it somehow feels a little uncomfortable to say this, it could be because we human beings have got so used to thinking of ourselves as the centre of the universe, and that somehow everything revolves around us and exists for our benefit. Isn't this belief, spoken or unspoken, that's at the heart of the ecological and climate crisis we're facing? But to say that God always comes first, this is actually seeing reality as it truly is, rather than just as we wish it to be. Believing and living this way is another way of stating the first commandment, to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And to acknowledge that God does and must come first actually needn't feel scary or uncomfortable at all, because the God we Christians say comes first and is more important than everything else comes with the name love. Brothers and sisters, is it any wonder that the answer Jesus gave to the scribe was what it was? For what response to the God who is love itself can there possibly be than to love in return? It was St. Augustine many centuries ago, and speaking of the God who is love, said, "Once for all then, a short precept is given to you. Love and do what you will. Whether you hold your peace, through love hold your peace. Whether you cry out, through love cry out. Whether you correct, through love correct. Whether you spare, through love spare. Let the root of love be within you, for of this root nothing but good can spring."